Hi everyone, thank you so much for joining me. So I've already filmed my favorite fall nail polishes and my favorite fall lip products. I thought I would just kind of round everything out and do a combined video with my favorite blushes and my favorite eyeshadows. I have some of my favorite products of all time to share with you, so I'm going to start off with blushes. The first one I have is one from NARS, and this is in the shade Luster. And it's kind of like a beautiful, almost like a burnt orangey, apricot-y type color, and it has, in the pan it looks like it has actual shimmer, but when it's on my cheeks it's more of just like a beautiful sheen that it gives. I really like how it kind of like warms up my complexion, especially when it gets so pale in the wintertime. A blush that I have been wearing a ton already this fall is from MAC, and this is the shade Gingerly. And it's another kind of like burnt orange type color, but whereas Luster has some shimmer and sheen, this is completely matte. I love wearing this, especially when I have greens on my lids. I like wearing green eyeshadow in the fall, and I think this is the perfect blush color to complement that. The next blush I have is one of my all-time favorite blushes. This is from NYX, and it's in the shade Raisin. And it's a beautiful, deep, neutral, plummy shade. And I really like applying it kind of heavy-handed. And I just think this is what I wore just most all fall and winter last year. So I'm excited to wear it again this year. I have one cream blush to share with you, and that's from MAC, and this is in the shade Brit Wit. And this is also a kind of neutral plummy color, but this is much lighter than Raisin. And while I like wearing this on its own and it's pretty that way, I love using this as a base. And some of my favorite powder blushes to put on top of this are Neapolitan Lane from Tarina Tarantino, Tarte's Exposed, and from Illamasqua Naked Rose. All look absolutely beautiful over Brit Wit, and it helps even long wearing blushes last even longer and just be even more pigmented on the cheeks. Alright, those four blushes were all pretty neutral, but I do have two that have a little bit more color. The first is from Illamasqua. I absolutely love Illamasqua blushes. They're just so smooth and soft, easy to blend out. This shade is Nymph, and probably this looks a little bit more like a spring or summer blush, but I wear a lot of like gunmetals and taupes on my lids in the winter, and when I do that I really like to just kind of add a little bit of color and life to my cheeks, and Nymph is just amazing. I use the big Real Techniques blush brush to just kind of give just a diffuse like little flush of pink color, and it's really flattering. If I was ever going to do a video of YouTube inspired purchases, this next blush would definitely make the list. This is from Tarte, and it's in the shade Natural Beauty. I have a handful of the Tarte blushes and I really like them. I think they're good quality and I love the color selection, but this color in particular always seemed like way too much. It would be too much on my really fair skin, but I've seen so many people mention it. Essie Button, Redhead PhD, Makeup MLC, Persian Diva 77, they all like it, and I was reading a Twitter conversation between two of them, so I said, you know, this has been on my list for a while to check out, I'm going to try it. So this is the newish blush I own, and I'm really loving it. This applied with a stippling brush really lightly just gives the most natural, beautiful look. So this is what I'm wearing right now, and I think it's really natural, and I'm just really liking this blush, especially right now. Here are some really heavy swatches of the blushes. First is NARS Luster. Here is MAC's Gingerly, NYX Raisin. This is the cream blush, MAC's Brit Wit, Illamasqua's Nymph, and then last is Tarte's Natural Beauty. Moving on to eyeshadows, I just have a couple to share with you. The first is one of the Buxom Stay There eyeshadows. These are cream eyeshadows, and I've talked about them a lot. I have a whole video review on two of the shades. This is a newer shade that I picked up in the shade Golden Retriever, and I love these. They stay for so long, and they have a very unique, almost like a sponge-like texture when you press them on, and they're so light on your lid. And that's what I really like about these compared to, you know, either MAC paint pots or the Maybelline Color Tattoos. These just feel a lot lighter, and this Golden Retriever color I just think is a perfect autumn shade. The next item is another cream product, but this is in a stick form. This is from Mercier, and it's one of the Caviar sticks in the shade Amethyst. And it's not what I would have thought when I think of the shade Amethyst. This is very plummy, and it has some shimmer in it. And I was wearing this in my favorite fall lip products, and I got more comments on my eyeshadow in that video than any other one, and it's absolutely beautiful. These last all day without creasing, and unlike some of the other like the Color Tattoos or paint pots, I wear this and the Buxom completely on their own, not just as a base, and they're beautiful by themselves. The last single shadow that I have is one of the L'Oreal Infallible eyeshadows, and these are kind of like the dampened pigments that come with a little stopper. This shade is Amber Rush, and it's beautiful, kind of that like burnt orange amber shade, and it has a lot of like metallic sheen when it's on your eye. And really, if you just put this all over your lid and blend it up a little bit, that is just a complete look in and of itself. Because it's so metallic, it really catches the light and looks like you spent a lot more time on your eyeshadow than you actually did. My last item to share is a palette, and this is the Smoked palette from Urban Decay. I have had this for quite a while, but I didn't do a review on it because I felt like there was already so many great review videos of it. It has 10 shades, and it also comes with one of my favorite eyeliners, the Perversion eyeliner, the 24/7 one. These shades are perfect. I bought it specifically because I liked the Mushroom shade and Loaded, which is kind of like the deep jade green, and I find myself reaching for this all the time. I also love the shade Bar Lust, just all over the lid and on the lower lash line as well, and just blend it up. This is such an easy palette to use, and I also think it's just perfect fall shades. Here are some swatches of the cream eyeshadows. Up top is the Laura Mercier Amethyst. In the middle is Golden Retriever by Buxom. And then down below is Amber Rush, and that's one of the L'Oreal Infallible eyeshadows. I also have taken pictures of the Smoked palette, and I will link down below if you're interested in swatches of the Smoked palette. Okay, those are my fall picks for blushes and eyeshadows for fall 2012. If you missed either my other ones for nail polish and lip products, I will link them down below. Thanks as always for watching, and I will see you in my next video.